Have you ever looked in the mirror and quietly asked yourself, when did attraction stop being part of my life? The truth is, it never did. Attraction doesn't disappear with age, it evolves. And today, I want to share something deeply important with you. There are 7 quiet, often overlooked habits that still speak volumes. These are the subtle signals that make you stand out, feel radiant, and quietly turn heads, even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. And no, this isn't about trying to look younger. It's about honoring the woman you are right now and showing the world that you haven't faded into the background. So stay with me, because the 5th one may surprise you the most. And the 7th? It might just change the way you see yourself. 1. Hands that tell a story. Take a moment right now and look at your hands. Not just glance. Really look. These hands have lived. They've held babies, cooked meals, planted gardens, and wiped away tears. They've comforted others. They've created. They've endured. And yet, they're often the first part of us to show age. The skin thins, the moisture fades, and slowly, without realizing it, our hands begin to tell a different story, one of wear, and sometimes of neglect. But here's what most women don't realize. Men notice hands. When a man holds your hand, whether it's a soft touch or just a handshake, he feels something. If your hands are dry, cracked, or rough, it sends a quiet message that you may have stopped caring for yourself in small but powerful ways. That's not the message you want to send, because it's not who you are. Now, I'm not talking about salon manicures or fancy polish. This is about care, not cosmetics. You don't need color. You need comfort. You need softness. And that starts with a simple habit. Keep hand cream near every sink, by your bed, even in your purse. Use gloves when cleaning or gardening. And once a week, treat your hands like they deserve it, because they do. Gently exfoliate, massage in a thick cream, and just slow down. Care for yourself like you'd care for someone you love, because soft hands say something beautiful. They say, I still live fully, I still give, I still feel, I still matter. And yes, men feel that too. Coming up next, a grooming mistake so subtle most women never think about it, but men notice it instantly, and it can quietly change how they see you. 2. The whisper of clean clothes. Let's talk about something that's easy to overlook, but makes a bigger impact than you might think. Your clothes, not the style, not the color, not the size. I'm talking about cleanliness. You could be wearing the most beautiful blouse in the world, but if it smells musty, has a faint kitchen odor, or is covered in pet hair, it sends the wrong message. And yes, men notice. Now, here's the honest truth. As we get older, comfort becomes king. We fall in love with that one soft sweater, those perfectly broken-in pants, or that robe we've had since the 90s. And slowly, without meaning to, those pieces collect more than memories. They collect scent, oils, and time. But here's the thing. Freshness feels different. When your clothes are soft, clean, and lightly scented, you walk taller, you move differently. You feel like yourself again. This isn't about tossing out everything you love. It's about making laundry a quiet ritual of self-respect. Wash your clothes regularly, even if you only wore them for a few hours. Add a little white vinegar to remove lingering odors. Use a soft fabric conditioner. And store your clothes in a dry, clean space, away from kitchen steam, bathroom dampness, or pet corners. And yes, it's time to let go of underwear with holes, sagging bras, and faded pajamas that no longer bring you joy. Because when a man hugs you, he notices 2 things instantly: your scent and the feel of what you're wearing. If it's clean, soft, fresh, it speaks for you. If it's not, Well, that speaks too. So ask yourself, what story are your clothes telling today? Coming up, one of the most intimate signals you carry without even realizing it, and how it can pull someone closer or quietly push them away. 3. Scent, the silent signature. Before a man even hears your voice, before he sees your smile, his brain has already picked up on something powerful. Your scent. We often forget this, but scent is primal. It's one of the strongest triggers of memory, emotion, and attraction, even more than what we wear or how we look. Now, let me be clear. This isn't about drowning yourself in perfume. In fact, that's one of the biggest mistakes women over 60 often make. Heavy, musky fragrances can overwhelm the senses, and they tend to cling to fabrics and linger long after you've left the room. Instead, focus on clean, soft, natural freshness. Think gentle floral body lotion, a touch of lavender or citrus, freshly laundered clothes, clean skin, a light hair mist that leaves just enough of a memory. And here's something most women don't know. As we age, our own sense of smell weakens. That means we might not notice if we're carrying a little body odor, if our clothes have picked up a musty scent, or even if our breath is less than fresh. But men do, especially those your age or younger. Let's be honest, bad breath is one of those things nobody wants to talk about. But everybody notices. And when it's there, attraction quietly disappears. No matter how lovely you are, no man wants to lean in and feel pushed away. So here's what you can do. Floss every night. Yes, every single night. Use a tongue scraper, because that's where most odor hides. Choose an alcohol-free mouthwash, and if you wear dentures, clean them like your health depends on it, because it does. And never sleep with them in. Clean breath, soft skin, a subtle, fresh scent. It doesn't just attract, it invites. It says, I care about myself, about you, about being present. And that, at any age, is unforgettable. Coming up, we're heading to the top, literally. What your hair says about you before you even open your mouth. 4. Healthy, clean hair. Before you say a single word, your hair speaks for you. Now, this isn't about trends, color, or trying to look like you're 25. Not even close. This is about cleanliness, vitality, and care. The kind that quietly tells someone, I still take pride in how I show up in the world. You see, hair is more than decoration. It frames your face, it moves when you move, and yes, men absolutely notice whether it looks clean, soft, and alive, or dull, greasy, and neglected. We all know what that greasy, slightly limp scalp looks like. The kind that flattens out your features, feels a little heavy, and frankly whispers, I stopped trying. But when your hair is clean, when it has a light scent and a little movement, it instantly lights up your whole face. It makes your eyes look brighter. Your energy feels different. And men pick up on that, even if they can't explain why. Now, you don't need salon blowouts. You don't need fancy tools or 5-step routines. What you need is consistency. Wash your hair regularly. Trim it every couple of months. Use a light, nourishing conditioner. And don't be afraid to try a shampoo that leaves a soft scent, floral, herbal, or citrus. A clean scalp smells fresh when you lean in for a hug. And yes, he notices. And here's something important. Dry, brittle hair ages you faster than any wrinkle ever could. So don't forget to moisturize, even your scalp if needed. Protect your hair from overprocessing. Let it breathe. When you care for your hair, no matter the length, no matter the color, you're telling the world and yourself, I'm still here, I still care, I still carry beauty in my own way. And that energy, that quiet pride, it's magnetic. Next up, a small detail you might not think men notice, but they do, especially when they reach for your hand or see your feet in the sunlight. 5. The nails never lie. It's something so small, so easily missed in the mirror, but it leaves a lasting impression, especially on a man. Your nails. I know it might sound silly at first. We tend to think men don't notice these kinds of details. That chipped polish isn't a big deal, right? That maybe no one's looking closely enough to see the dry cuticles or the little bit of dirt beneath the nail. But here's the honest truth. They do notice, more than you think, especially when they touch your hand, or when you gesture while speaking, or when your feet are bare in sandals, or curled up on the couch beside them. Nails tell a quiet story about how we care for ourselves, or whether we've stopped paying attention. Chipped polish says, I meant to take care of this, but I didn't. Ragged edges say, I've let it slide. Cracked heels and thick toenails whisper, I've forgotten to care for myself. That's not the story you want to tell, because it's not the woman you are. You don't need weekly manicures or expensive pedicures. You just need a rhythm. A few minutes, once or twice a week, to remind yourself that you still matter. Start simple. Keep your nails trimmed neatly. Not too short, not too long. File them smooth. Push back your cuticles gently after a shower when your skin is soft. Use a little hand lotion, the kind that smells fresh, like lavender or chamomile, and let it soak in. Your feet deserve the same love. Once a week, soak them in warm water with a bit of Epsom salt. Use a pumice stone to soften the heels. Clip your toenails straight across. And at night, rub in a bit of thick moisturizer and pull on soft cotton socks. It feels like a hug you didn't know you needed. And here's the thing, when you care for your hands and feet, you're not just making them look better, you're reconnecting with yourself. You're remembering that even the smallest parts of you are worth attention. Because what do your hands do every day? They cook, they write, they comfort, they hold, they reach. And your feet? They carry the full weight of your life. So why would you not treat them with the same tenderness and care you've always given others? Now let me tell you something personal. A dear friend of mine, in her late 70s, once told me this. I didn't realize how much I'd let go of myself until I looked down and saw my feet. That's when I knew I needed to come back home to me. That line stayed with me, because I think that's what grooming is really about. Not impressing someone else, but coming home to yourself. Reclaiming your dignity, your softness, your pride. Quietly, gently, beautifully. And believe me, when a man sees clean, cared-for hands or soft feet resting nearby, he notices. Not in a judgmental way, but in a respectful way. Because those details say something powerful. I haven't given up. I still care. I still love who I am. Coming up next, the one detail hiding in plain sight, especially in sunlight, that no one talks about, but every man sees. 6. Facial hair, the sunlight surprise. This might feel a little uncomfortable to talk about, but it's something we all face eventually. Facial hair. Yes, those tiny whiskers on the chin, the faint fuzz above the lip, the stray hair that appears near the jawline or neck. They show up quietly, sometimes overnight, and more often than not, we don't even realize they're there. Why? Because we get used to seeing our faces under soft indoor lighting. We don't examine ourselves in the harsh sunlight the way others might see us, especially not with a critical eye. And let's be honest, we've earned the right not to nitpick ourselves. But here's the truth. Men notice, especially when they lean in close, when the sunlight catches a wiry hair, when they go in for a kiss or a hug and feel something unexpected. They may not say anything, and often they won't, but something shifts. Attraction is delicate. It's not always about beauty. It's about presence, pride, attention. And when something as small as facial hair goes unnoticed for too long, it can quietly send a message you don't intend. Now, this isn't about shame, and it's definitely not about trying to look younger. It's about looking cared for, looking aware, showing that you're still paying attention to yourself, because you matter. So what can you do? Start by investing in a good magnifying mirror, one with lighting that mimics natural daylight. Keep it where you can see yourself clearly, not to judge, but to observe with love. Once a week, do a quick check. Run your fingers gently along your chin, your upper lip, your neck. If you feel something coarse or sharp, don't ignore it. Keep a small facial razor or set of tweezers nearby, something easy, gentle, and safe. Or if you prefer, schedule regular waxing or threading appointments. Some women even choose laser hair removal for peace of mind, and that's perfectly okay. And while you're at it, don't forget your eyebrows. As we age, they can grow wild or thin out unevenly. A simple trim, a soft arch, or even a subtle pencil fill can open up your whole face and make you look more awake, more present. Here's a little story. A viewer once emailed me and said, "I thought my husband was losing interest in me. I assumed it was age, but one day I caught a glance of myself in the car mirror and saw 4 thick chin hairs I hadn't noticed. That night, I took care of them. The next day, he kissed me on the cheek and told me I looked beautiful. I nearly cried." It's not about the hair itself. It's about the signal it sends, when it's ignored and when it's cared for. Because grooming isn't about being perfect. It's about being present, being proud of yourself. It's about saying, without words, "I still see myself. I still believe I'm worth the effort." And when you send that message, trust me, others see it too. Coming up next, the foundation of all these habits and the one part of you that quietly tells the world whether you're fading or still full of life. 7. Clean skin radiates confidence. Let's take a moment to talk about something most women over 60 have heard 1,000 times, skincare. But today, I want to shift the focus, because this isn't about wrinkle creams. It's not about erasing time, and it's definitely not about chasing youth. It's about cleanliness, vitality, and dignity. You see, most men, especially mature men, don't care about a few laugh lines. In fact, many of them find those lines beautiful. They're signs of a life well lived. What they do notice, often without realizing it, is the condition of your skin. Is it clean? Is it dry and flaky? Does it look cared for? Or has it been forgotten? Our skin changes as we age. It becomes thinner, drier, more sensitive. Sometimes it even begins to carry a different scent, one we don't always notice ourselves. And when it's not tended to, it shows, not just visually, but emotionally. It affects how we feel in our own bodies. And let's be honest, there are days when we ask ourselves, what's the point? No one's looking anymore. But here's the thing, you're looking. Every time you pass a mirror, every time you run your hands over your arms or touch your face, every time you feel your skin pull from dryness or itch from neglect, that's your body asking for love. And when you give it that love, you don't just look better, you feel more alive. So let's start simple. Use a gentle cleanser, something non-drying and fragrance-free. Wash your face every night before bed and every morning when you rise. Follow it with a moisturizer. Nothing fancy, just something that hydrates. Once a week, take time to exfoliate, not to scrub your skin raw, just to remove buildup, smooth texture, and help products absorb better. You can use a soft cloth, a gentle scrub, or even an enzyme-based product. Think of it as brushing your skin, like brushing your teeth. It's not about looking good right away. It's about long-term care, and don't stop at your face. Your neck, chest, arms, and legs all tell a story. Keep them moisturized. If you enjoy a bath, add a few drops of essential oil, like lavender or eucalyptus. Let the warmth soak into your bones. Let it be a ritual, a moment of presence, a reminder that you are still worth the time. And if you're struggling with mobility or energy, keep a small basket of essentials nearby: a soft washcloth, lotion, a spray bottle of rose water. Make it easy to care for yourself. Make it part of your rhythm. Because when your skin is clean, hydrated, and alive, it radiates confidence. And confidence, especially quiet confidence, is incredibly attractive. It says, I respect my body, I value my presence, I still take care of what's mine. Let me share something personal. A woman once told me that after months of skipping her skincare routine, she finally looked in the mirror and said, I miss myself. That night, she took a warm bath, exfoliated, moisturized, and laid down in bed feeling like she'd finally come home. She didn't need makeup. She didn't need anyone else's approval. She just needed to feel like she belonged in her own skin again. And that's the real power of skincare. Not youth, not vanity, just presence. Coming up next, a soft and powerful reminder that ties everything together, and a few words you may need to hear today more than ever. Bonus: the gentle habits that keep you glowing. Now that we've walked through the 7 silent signals of lasting attraction, I want to leave you with something a little extra, something softer, more personal. These aren't grooming tips in the traditional sense. They're habits that nourish your sense of worth, your spirit, and yes, your natural beauty. Because when you feel grounded, confident, and connected to yourself, everything else, your skin, your scent, your presence, follows naturally. So here are 5 gentle practices that can quietly transform how you show up in the world without changing who you are. Number 1, hydrate with purpose. Most of us know we should drink water, but we often forget why. Hydration doesn't just help your skin glow, it affects your mood, digestion, energy, and even how your breath smells. Try this. Keep a beautiful glass or ceramic cup just for yourself. Fill it with cool water and a slice of lemon or cucumber. Sip slowly. Let it feel like care, not a chore. Number 2, start and end the day with touch. Before you get out of bed in the morning, place your hands over your heart for just 10 seconds. Take a breath. Remind yourself that you are still here. At night, as you apply lotion or brush your hair, do it slowly, lovingly. You're not just maintaining, you're connecting with yourself. Number 3, choose one scent and make it yours. You don't need a shelf full of perfumes. One soft, clean scent, maybe a lavender body mist or rose water on your sheets, becomes a signature. When people associate that smell with you, it lingers in their memory far longer than you realize. And when you smell it too, it reminds you of your own presence. Number 4, declutter your grooming space. Our bathrooms often hold the past. Products we no longer use, broken brushes, expired creams. Clearing out those things is an act of self-respect. Keep only what feels good. Create a small space that feels like it was made just for you. A candle, a small flower, a folded towel. Turn grooming into ritual. Number 5, look at yourself with love, not critique. This one is the hardest. We're trained to scan for flaws, wrinkles, spots, sagging. But what if you shifted the lens? What if you said, these lines are where I've laughed, or this softness in my jaw? It's from years of speaking love into the world. Your reflection is not your enemy. it's your witness. And here's a bonus tip that costs nothing but changes everything. Smile at yourself every day, even if you don't feel like it, especially then. A soft smile says, "I'm still here, and I'm not done." These habits don't take much time, but they center you. They remind you of your worth. And when that sense of worth shines through in your skin, your eyes, your voice, men notice. But more importantly, you notice. Because grooming isn't just about looking good for someone else. It's about choosing every single day to show up for the most important person in your life, you. So, let's take a breath and remember what truly matters. This isn't about chasing youth or pleasing anyone else. It's about choosing every single day to care for yourself, with love, with intention, and with quiet dignity. Clean hair, soft hands, fresh scent, a kind smile in the mirror. These small signals don't just attract others, they call you back to yourself. Because you, just as you are, deserve to feel beautiful, deserve to feel noticed, deserve to feel alive. If today's message spoke to you, even just one part, I'd love for you to share in the comments. Which habit surprised you most? Or which one are you going to try starting today? And if this felt helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Golden Elders Insight for more honest, gentle conversations like this one. Until next time, take care of yourself the way you've taken care of everyone else all these years. You are not invisible. You are incredible, and the world still needs your light.